In this video, we are going to talk about rejection and what it means when we are in the process of bringing in a new desire into our lives. So I keep talking, and I've made many videos about this at this point, about my techniques when it comes to bringing in a new desire into my life. And I talked about how it's important to work both in the seen and in the unseen when you're manifesting something. An example of working in the unseen is all of the techniques that you've all heard of, like meditations, affirmations, visualizing the wish fulfilled before you fall asleep, journaling, and so on, and scripting. Those are all ways that you can work on your desire in the unseen. Ways that we can work on our desire in the seen is like taking action in the real world. So whatever your desire is, you would then take inspired action, not like forced action. You would take whatever inspired action, or like whatever action would make you, like, put you into the state of the wish fulfilled when you're awake. Like whatever action gets you in the state of the wish fulfilled, that's what you do. Like, that's the action that you take. So it's not about like forcing yourself to do like something that you don't want to do. It's about like taking action that keeps you in the state of your wish fulfilled when your eyes are open. So that can be stuff like working out and taking care of your body and taking care of your appearance, and spending time outdoors and spending time with friends. And all of those things are super valuable if they allow you to stay in the state of the wish fulfilled. So you can go back and you can look at one of my previous videos on manifestation if you want more information on how I do this. But today's video, I wanted to talk about rejection. And is it possible to experience rejection in your journey towards getting your desire, even if you are able to bring up the feeling that you want in your meditation? I do like a Joe Dispenza meditation every day, and that's how I cultivate the feeling. I also visualize the desire, like the wish fulfilled, like me having exactly what I want, and seeing myself as the main character in my visualization. Like, I'm not a spectator in my visualization, I'm the person that's doing the action. And so is it possible to meditate, to visualize, to affirm, to take action that keeps you in the state of the wish fulfilled when your eyes are open, and also experience rejection, or experience the opposite of what you want in real life? And I think that you can. I think that that's definitely happened to me. Like, I think especially if you've just started this process, you definitely can experience rejection, or like things that trigger you in the beginning of the journey. And I want you to know that this doesn't mean that you're on the wrong path. Experiencing rejection, or like being triggered by reality, doesn't mean that you failed. It doesn't mean that your manifestation isn't working. It doesn't mean that the techniques won't get you there. It doesn't mean that you will not have your desire. It doesn't mean that it's impossible for you, and it doesn't mean that you should give up. And I think this is very important. to know. And when this has happened to me, I had just recently started visualizing my desires right before I fell asleep, and I was able to see the image of me having what I want and feel the feeling in my body of having what I want and being in that scene. And I felt it so strongly that it felt like I was there. Like, it felt like I had somehow connected to a future memory, and what I wanted was already done, and it was just like a matter of time for me to get back to that future memory in real life. And then after I had that experience, like the next day or like a few days later, something happened that like really triggered me, and it would, like, most people would have considered this a rejection. Like, most people would have seen this as, yeah, what you want is not possible for you. Me, because I had already seen the end in my mind, I heard what was said, and in my head I said, it doesn't matter, I'm still gonna get what I want. That was the first thought that popped into my head when I experienced this like temporary rejection. And that was a big sign to me that something had changed inside of me because of that because of that visualization process, and because of all of the work that I have been doing in the unseen and in the scene. And instead of taking it as a sign that I'm not meant to have my desires, I took it as like a temporary like nuisance. You know what I mean? Like when there's a bug in the room and you're like, ugh, this is annoying. It was like that. And that to me was a sign that I was able to connect to a future memory, and that I am now able to choose my reactions and to stay in the wish fulfilled, even if reality is not cooperating at the moment. And if that happens to you, then please know that this isn't a sign to give up. And if anything, I think this temporary snafu was a huge blessing now looking back, because it made me realize how much I had changed already. Even though reality was being annoying, the fact that the first thought that popped into my head when this snafu happened was, it doesn't matter, I'm still gonna get what I want. I wasn't able to do that before, right? And so if you experience this and your first reaction is, okay, whatever, like that's annoying, but it doesn't matter, I'm still gonna get what I want anyway, then like that's a big sign that you're on the right track, and to keep going and to keep persisting no matter what. And I think that's a good way to approach reality creation. Just keep persisting no matter what happens, no matter what you hear around you, no matter what people say. Just persist until the end, because if you don't give up, then you cannot fail. And so like just keep going, like just persist no matter what happens, keep going, and in the end you will get what you want, because I think you have to be a little bit more stubborn than reality is. And so if you're going through a period of hardship or a period where you're not exactly getting the results that you want just yet, please don't be discouraged. You're not doing anything wrong. It's just a sign to keep monitoring your thoughts. And if your reaction to these inconveniences is like mine was, then you're like mostly there, right? And it's just a matter of like staying in the state of the wish fulfilled as much as humanly possible throughout the day, and don't look left, don't look right, just keep going on your path, and you will get there, my friend, and I will get there, and we will all hug each other at the finish line, and we will be so proud of each other and all of the work that we've been doing, both in the seen and in the unseen. And so if this topic and this video was interesting to you, I think that you would really love my book that I published recently. It's called Mastering the Middle. And in this book, I talk about the middle, which I define as the period of time between where we are now and where we want to be. Or the period of time between the moment that you set a goal, or the moment that you have a desire, and the moment that you get your desire. The gap in between those two is called, I call it the middle. And in this time, there are a lot of things going on internally. There's a lot of internal changes that are occurring. And the middle is not a passive time. The middle is not a time to sit back and wait around and hope for the best. The middle is a time of massive action, even though most people will never see the massive action that you're taking, because a lot of the work is invisible to others. Like, a lot of the work is in the unseen. And I think I did a really good job in this book guiding people through this process. And I think it can really help you make it to the other side if you're in a period of confusion or experiencing detours on your journey. I feel like this book can really help you shift your perspective. And so if that sounds interesting to you, I will leave the link to my book in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.